Keep it on active speaker mode if you want to see everyone. There's that nice gallery mode feature. And just lying back here, settling in. Settle into our practice this morning. You can also bring some support underneath the head as needed if you tend to overly round in your upper back here. And then if you want to follow along with music, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you have this on your phone, or you can ask Alexa to play, that's called New Age for Yoga. And then just lying back here, you can allow the eyes to close, you can soften the face, relax the jaw a bit, and start to settle in, let it go. Let the weight of your body release into your mat. Make sure that the knees feel supported here so that you're not engaging any muscular effort in the hips to start. And then we'll bring the index fingers and thumbs together here, making the shape of a diamond. Take that diamond shape to your lower belly. We'll start with some breath work. So just breathing in and out. As you breathe in, finding that expansion across the belly, letting the index fingers and thumbs slip apart. As you breathe out, organically the index fingers and thumbs sort of meld back together. As you inhale, the index fingers and thumbs will separate. As the belly rises and as the belly falls, the index fingers and thumbs will return back together. Another breath here. Fully exhale and just release the hands. And we'll take the hands to the outsides of the knees, draw the knees in together here. And then walk the feet out to the edge of the mat and just slide your blocks out of the way. You can bring the arms up overhead, bending the elbows. You need to cactus arms and start to windshield wiper out the legs. So keeping the feet wide, taking the knees to the right, to the left. See if you can connect this with your breath. Taking your time, moving on the breath, inhaling back to the center. Exhaling it up and over to the left. Inhaling to the center. Exhale up and over to the right. And the next time you drop your knees to the left, just look over that right shoulder. And we'll breathe into that whole right side, little rib cage, slow back. And as you inhale, come back to the center. Bring it up and over to the left, or knees to the right. Look over that left shoulder and just breathe into that whole left side this time. And nice and easy. Coming back to the center, just give your knees a hug. Wrap the arms around the knees here. Pulling the knees in toward your chest, you can start to trace a circle in the air, just releasing that low back. Start with some circles clockwise here, and then reversing your circle, coming counterclockwise. Letting that sacred release into the floor and then peel away. And we'll lengthen this left leg long here. Keep this right knee drawing in toward your chest. Lace the fingers up underneath the knee here. Give it a tug. Using that upper body strength to gently release the front of the hip. And then start that same circle. Circling clockwise here. Taking your time. And then circling counterclockwise. Nice and easy. And next time you draw your knee into your chest, scoot your hips a bit to the right. We'll take the knee across the body here. And take it into a twist, taking that hand to the outside of the knee. Let the weight of the right shoulder release into the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale here, gentle twist. Make sure the hips are stacked. And then unwind here and just come onto your back. We'll take the hands underneath of the right thigh and just lengthen through that leg. And then bending the knee in here. Draw your foot in toward your sitting bone and lengthen all the way through that right leg. Go through that a couple more times. Moving on your breath, that left leg can be extended long, or you can bend that knee in and plant the foot on the floor. And then on this last one, lengthen all the way through that leg. Steer the hands back behind the thigh or slide them up to the calf. Feel your upper body away from the floor. Draw your forehead towards your knee here. Take a breath. And as you exhale, lengthening that leg toward that opposite wall. Nice and easy. Lower it all the way down. And allow for that leg to drop open. Taking a moment just to feel the difference in the hips here. And then we'll give this left knee a hug. Take the opposite interlace of the fingers here if you can remember, and just take a couple of breaths just to start to release to the front of that hip. So use your upper body strength to tug the knee in. And then nice and easy, start that same circle, letting that low back press into the floor, and then peel away. And after you've gone through a couple circles in one direction, reversing this circle, coming in the opposite direction. And then we'll give the knee a hug here. Scoot your hips a little to the left. Drop the knee across the body. And you can support that knee with a block as needed if you like. Let the weight of that left shoulder blade release into the floor. Twisting out. Take another breath in here. Exhale to twist. And then nice and easy. Go ahead and unwind. We'll come back onto the back. Slide your hands back behind the thigh here. Lengthening all the way through that left leg and then bend the knee in. Go ahead and extend and bend the knee in and go through that a couple more times, moving on your breath. Nice and easy. The next time you lengthen that leg, hold. Stay here, slide the hands up the back of the thigh to the calf, take a breath in. Hold it a little closer as you feel the stretch, and then nice and easy. Start to lengthen that leg toward the opposite wall, keeping the leg actively engaged as you slowly release it all the way down. From here, letting the legs drop open, feeling the difference in the hips. Maybe that left leg feels a little longer. Taking both arms up overhead, take a stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. Take a breath in, and we'll bend the knees in one at a time. And slowly make your way onto your right side, pausing here for a moment. And then using that upper body strength to just press your way to a seat. You're welcome to take a block or a blanket up underneath of your seat here for support. Helping to elevate the hips, bringing the hips higher than the knees. And then we'll settle in. Lengthening up through the crown of the head, come back to your breath. As you inhale, finding that expansion. Remember the head reaching toward the ceiling as you exhale, sink the sitting bones down into the floor. Taking the palms together over the heart, bring your thumbs to heart center, take a moment, setting an intention. We'll seal that intention with the sound of 3 ohms. So inhaling. Take a breath in. Exhale your breath fully. Blink open the eyes, but keep the hands together here and start by spreading the fingers, making that contact through the index fingers, the thumbs, the pinkies. Find a little broadening across your chest. And from that broadening, keep the palms pressing, reach the arms up. As you exhale, releasing your hands back together over heart center. So as you inhale, the arms will reach, easing toward your thumbs. Exhale, release your hands back together over your heart. One more like that, palms press, rise. Easing toward the thumbs, little back bend here, releasing the hands to heart center. And next time you inhale, raise the arms all the way up. We'll interlace the fingers from here, invert your palms and lift them up toward the ceiling. Find that lift up even as you sink down. Take a breath in, start to round your spine. Draw the palms toward the wall in front of you. Inhale, allow the spine to arch. Exhale, round, chin to your chest, let your pelvis rock back. Inhale, find that length through the belly, so cat-cowling the spine here. Once again, round. Then next time you breathe in, reach the arms up, but sink your sitting bones down, grow a little bit taller here. And as you exhale, bending the elbows, go ahead and nestle the back of the head into the arm, letting that right elbow drop down. Sit up tall, take a breath. We'll take that entire out breath to release the hand. Sliding this other hand back behind the head, easing up, breathe into that left side. Exhale, fold over. So as you peel out, open across the chest. Exhale, round and fold over. One more like that. Inhale, lengthening. Breathing into those side ribs. Exhale as you fold. Draw it toward that opposite elbow. The next time you peel out, just extend this arm all the way alongside your ear. And then let that sitting bone sink down as you find a little more length out for the fingertips. Turn the chest up here, turn the gaze up, take another breath in. We'll sweep the hand down, draw the forehead toward the knee. From here, start to drop that left shoulder. And the next time you breathe in, sweeping this hand to the outside of the knee, take your other hand and bring it behind you, grow tall, and make your way into the twist. Inhale, creating space, creating length. Exhale, ribs wrapping around head and neck. One more breath in, grow tall. Deepening that twist, taking that other arm, bring it alongside the ear, and breathe into that whole right side. Take a deep breath in. We'll find the other knee here, sweeping the hand down. Go ahead and relax the back of the neck. On this next breath in, sweep your arms here like you're taking off your shirt. Backstroke the arms all the way behind you and come on to fingertips, bend your elbows. And then from there, lift your chest, lift your heart. Let the head follow that lift of the chest. One more breath. Then rocking back your sitting bones here. Just switch to crossing the legs, so bringing that other shin on top. Rejoin the palms, pressing the palms together, arms lift up. You can straighten all the way through the elbows if you're able. Hands to heart center, palms press, arms lift. Exhale, releasing your hands over your heart. Once again, pressing the palms. Lift the gaze here. Exhale, releasing the hands to heart center. We'll inhale, take the arms up this time. Take the opposite interlace of the fingers. We'll invert the palms and reach them up toward the ceiling. Find this lift up even as you sink down. Breath in. Start to round your spine. Inhale, palms lift, arching it up. Extending the spine. Exhale, round, chin to your chest. Inhale to create length through the belly. Exhale as you round into your chest, rocking back your sitting bones. One more like that. Inhale, lengthening. Good morning stretch here. Exhale, round. The next time you breathe in, take the arms up and sink down for your sitting bones. Grow really tall, finding length through both sides of the waist. Elbows bend, and this time, let that left elbow drop down. Nestle the back of the head into the arm. Notice if the chin's coming toward the chest. Can you back up the arms a bit more? Can you find length up through the crown of the head? Take a breath in and take that entire exhale to release this hand. Sliding the other hand back behind the head, gazing up. Exhale, fold over. So as you peel out, open across the chest. Exhale, round and fold over, drawing it toward that opposite elbow. One more like that. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale as you round. And then the next time that you peel out, just extend this arm all the way alongside the ear. Find that length all the way out through the fingertips. And then notice with those other shoulders creeping up by the ear, can you draw it onto your back a bit more? Can you turn the chest up? Can you turn the gaze up? One more breath. Sweeping that hand down, forehead towards your knee. This time start to drop through that right shoulder a bit. And then taking a breath in here, we'll take it into a twist, taking the hand to the knee. Take your other hand, bring it behind you, grow taller first. And as you exhale, making your way into this twist. So pulling the belly up and in, creating space. And then twisting into that space that you just created. One more breath in. Deepen the twist here. Stay in the twist, taking that other arm alongside your ear. Taking a side bend in the opposite direction. Just turning up here. Find your other knee, fold over, relaxing the back of the neck. On your next breath in, sweeping the arms, open across the chest. Back stroke the arms all the way back behind you. We'll come to fingertips. Lift your heart here, staying here, or peeling the hips up off of your mat. One more breath in, and exhale, releasing. Sliding off your blanket if you're on one, and we'll come on to hands and knees. If your knees bother you, can even take that blanket as padding. And we'll set up for table. So bringing those hips and knees in line, stack your shoulders and your wrists, spread through the fingers here. We'll just start to rock back and forth. So just kind of warming up the wrist to start. Keep the fingers spread, keep pressing down into all parts of the hand. And then we'll take this into a circle to the right, so circling clockwise. Small circles here, just warming up the wrists. And after you've gone through a couple of circles in that direction, reversing the circle here, coming in the opposite direction. Nice and easy. We'll come back to the middle here, and then start to cat-cow the spine. So dropping the belly, extending the heart on the inhalation. And then as you exhale, curl your tail under, press into the hands, round all the way up. As you inhale, the belly will drop from here, the heart will lift. And as you exhale, pressing into the hands as you round all the way into cat. And then just moving on your breath here. Moving through cat and cow. Once again, the belly will drop from there, the heart will lift. And as you exhale, curling your tail under, pressing into the hands. The next time that you round up into cat, let's go ahead and reach the hips all the way back toward the heels. Reach the fingertips out far in front of you, pressing into the hands. Rest the forehead on the mat. Taking a breath in, we'll walk it out to the right. As you press into your hands, reach the hips over to the left. That left palm can stack over top the right, and breathe into that whole left side. And then keep this nice and long as you walk it through center. And we'll make our way over to the left this time. That right palm can stack over top of the left, and then reach your hips over to the right. Breathe into that right low rib cage. Making your way back to the center. Keep the arms out long in front of you here. We'll shift forward, coming onto hands and knees. Coming a little forward to the wrist, and as you exhale, let the tailbone draw you back and around your spine. So inhale to shift forward, lengthening through the belly, and exhale, rocking back. So more of an extended cat-cow here. We move through that a couple more times. Just moving on the breath. And then the next time you shift forward, take this into a circle, this time clockwise, circling the hips all the way back toward the heels and all out and around to the left. And going through a couple of circles in one direction here. And after you've gone through those circles, go ahead and reverse your circle and come over to the left this time. So circling counterclockwise. Keep actively pressing into the hands here, like you're pressing the floor away, starting to open up the hip joint and the backs of the legs. And then the next time you shift forward, we'll slide the hands in just a bit. Take your right leg straight back behind you. Tuck the toes under here, reach back to the heel. Start to rock it back and forth. And then press back and hold, finding that stretch from your heel to the sitting bones. Shift forward just a bit and lift the leg here, flex the foot. Take a breath in as you exhale, draw your nose toward your knee. Curling the tail under as you reach back, reach through your heel. And then pull the belly up and in, nose to your knee. 2 more like that, re-extend. And then round through your spine. And reaching back. The next time that you lengthen that leg straight back behind you, find that turnout in the hip joint, and we'll take it toward the right elbow. And reach back. And toward the right elbow. So finding that external rotation in the hip joint. And reaching back. The next time that you tap the elbow, step your foot all the way to the outside of your right hand. And then slide your hands forward just a bit. And settle into the hips. Now you're welcome to take blocks here to the inside of the foot. And then go ahead and lengthen over that leg and draw your face back. And then rebend and draw your hips back. Go through that a couple more times. And then the next time that you rebend that knee, we'll start those circles clockwise, holding out to the front of the hip. So hands can come to blocks here if that feels like too much on your hamstrings. 2 more circles around. And then the next time you rebend the knee, pouring weight into the hands, step your foot back, come back to all fours, readjust your hands just a bit. We'll bring that left leg straight back. So rocking back and forth a couple of times, tucking the toes under, just finding that stretch to the back of the leg. We'll reach back and hold, finding that stretch through the calf and the hamstrings. And then shifting forward just a bit, lift the leg here. And as you exhale, curling the tail under. So re-extend and curl the tail under. Last one like that. We'll re-extend on this one. Coming out from the hip joint, draw your elbow or your knee towards your left elbow this time and reach it back. So finding that turnout through the hip, re-extend. And then this next time, stepping the foot to the outside of that left hand. Shift your hands forward just a bit, sink into the hips. Give yourself a minute to settle in. And then as you're ready, lengthening over that leg. And rebend, and lengthen, and rebend. We'll do that a couple more times. And we'll rebend the knee, and this time start those circles counterclockwise, so going all the way around to the left. And then as you rebound this knee, find that lift through the belly, step your foot back, come back to all fours. Keep the hands out long in front of you, tuck your toes, this time lift your knees. We'll reach the hips up and back and start to pedal in place. Coming into downward dog. Next time you reach through that left heel, hold, breathe into the stretch. And then reaching that right heel toward the mat, bending into that left knee. From here, pressing into the hands, lift up through the sitting bones, thighs are drawing back, chest is moving through the thighs. Lift your heels high and lengthen the heels toward the floor. Once again, heels lift, getting high up onto the balls of the feet here. Keep the hips where they are and then lengthen those heels toward the mat. We'll inhale, peel forward and find your high plank position, shoulders over the wrist, firm the belly, firm the thighs. Exhaling, thighs draw you back, down dog. Lift the heels high, peel forward, find your plank, set your shoulder blades here, actively press into the hands. Exhale, thighs draw you back. One more like that, shifting forward. This time we'll come forward onto the tippy toes, lowering the knees down. See if you can hug your elbows in and lower all the way onto your belly, sliding the hands underneath the shoulders. Activate the legs, and just take a baby cobra, peel your chest away. Rest the forehead on the mat, 2 more like that. Baby cobra, peel the chest away. Keep the back of the neck long here. Head in line with the spine, 1 more. Activating the legs, press the tops of the feet into the floor, peel your chest away. And we'll tuck the toes, press into the hands. Take your thighs up and back to down dog. Pedal in place 1 more time. And then nice and easy, just allow that pedaling to become walking. We'll come to the head of the mat. Bend your knees deeply here. Let your chest collapse onto the thighs. Head is heavy. Shake your head yes, no, letting go of any tension. And then softening into this fold. And taking your time, we'll stack 1 vertebrae on top of another as we roll up to stand. I'm going to readjust my mat. You guys wait a half an hour. Okay, let's roll it up to stand. And we'll come to Tadasana. So lift all 10 of the toes away from your mat, spread your toes, and lower them down 1 at a time. And then standing tall, shoulders roll back, drop the crown, reach the crown of the head up toward the ceiling, drop the tailbone down, inhale the arms up overhead, exhale, fold. Lengthening the belly here, heart draws forward, hands might come to shins or thighs. Holding forward, soften your knees, hinge from your hips, rise all the way up. And release the arms down, Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, hinge. Lengthen the belly. Chest draws forward, heart draws forward, folding forward. Soften your knees a bit, hinge from your hips, rise all the way up to stand. And releasing your arms down, Tadasana. This time, inhaling the arms all the way up. We'll hinge from the hips, fold forward over the legs. Lengthening the belly, heart draws forward, take your right leg back into a lunge. And then lay it on the fingertips here. And as you exhale, stepping that left foot back to meet your right, downward dog. Lift your heels high, glide forward into a plank. Aiming the chest forward, come to tippy toes, lower the knees, and hug your elbows in, lower all the way to the belly. We'll activate the legs and peel the chest away. Take cobra, pressing into the hands, take your thighs up and back to down dog. Taking a breath here. Stepping that right foot between the hands, we'll come back to fingertips. And then stepping that left foot to meet your right, folding over. Ground your feet here, take the arms all the way up. And releasing the arms down, Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep. Hinge from your hips, fold. Lengthening your belly, heart draws forward. We'll take the left leg back this time. Coming on to the fingertips here. And as you exhale, stepping that other foot back to meet it, downward facing dog. Glide forward into your plank. Aiming the chest forward, come to tippy toes. We'll take the knees down. See if you can hug your elbows and lower all the way to the belly. Peel the chest away here, activate the legs, cobra, tucking the toes under. Take the thighs up and back to downward dog. Take a breath. Stepping the left foot through. Coming back to fingertips. Step your right foot to meet your left, fold over. Grounding your feet here, take the arms all the way up. And releasing the arms down, Tadasana. Inhale, sweeping the arms, hinge from your hips, fold forward. Let's lengthen the belly here, heart draws forward. We'll take the right leg back. And then coming so you're light on the fingertips. In fact, maybe lift the fingertips a little away from the earth. And from here, taking that left foot back to meet your right and making your way into downward facing dog. On an inhale breath, gliding forward into plank. You can lower the knees here or lower your plank to the floor. And then activate the legs, take a larger cobra, peel your chest away. Drawing back through all fours if you like, tucking the toes, lift the hips up and back. We'll come to downward dog. Take a breath in and take your right foot through between the hands. You can grab a little blocks here if you like. We'll lift through the chest. And then as you exhale, lengthening over that leg. So as you rebound, the heart draws forward. And as you exhale, lengthen over that front leg. 2 more like this. Moving on your breath. And on this last one, lengthen through the leg. Maybe stepping that back foot in just a bit. Holding right here, soften your face. Take deep breaths in and out. Holding into this, take another breath in. Exhale fully. We'll rebound the front knee, draw the heart forward. From here, just stepping that left foot to meet your right, holding over the legs. Sink the hips, bending the knees, reach the arms alongside the ears, sit back into chair pose. And then from here, rising all the way up, releasing the arms, mountain pose. Inhale, reaching the arms. Exhale, hinge from your hips, a little bend in the knees as necessary. Folding forward and then lengthen the belly. This time we'll take the left leg back. And then see if you can lift the fingertips away from the floor a bit. Really activate the back thigh. And then from here, stepping that right foot back to meet your left. Making your way to downward dog. Lift the heels and glide into a plank. You're welcome to lower the knees or elbows drawing in, lower your plank to the floor. And then peeling the chest away here. Take a larger cobra. Tucking the toes, pressing into the hands. Take your thighs up and back to down dog. Take a breath. We'll take the left foot forward this time. So grounding code blocks. Or coming onto fingertips, lift through your chest. As you exhale, lengthening all the way through that front leg. So if you need to, you can bring these blocks up to high height, the middle, or the low height here. Whatever works for you. And then we're just bending and straightening that leg. Moving out breath. Opening up through the fronts of the hips here, the backs of the legs. On this last one, maybe stepping that back foot in just a bit. And then fold over. Let your face soften. Take another deep inhale here. Exhaling fully. For one more breath in. And we'll rebend the knee. Draw your heart forward. Find that lift in the belly and step that right foot to meet your left. Holding over. Bend the knees here. Sink the hips. Take the arms alongside the ears in the chair. And rising all the way up. Tadasana. Mountain pose. Nice. Inhaling the arms all the way overhead. Little bend in the knees here. Hinging from your hips. Fold forward. This time we'll step back into a plank position. So set your shoulder blades onto your back. Find that lift through the belly. And then just drawing the thighs up and back. Coming to downward facing dog. On your next breath in, stepping that right foot forward. I'm going to ground the back heel, turning the back foot out. Reach the arms up overhead. And we'll come into Virabhadrasana 1. And then see if you can sink the outer edge of that back foot all the way down to the floor. As you do, find this lift of the chest. And that extension, reach the arms. Take a breath in. We'll open out to Warrior 2. Readjusting your stance just a bit so that this front knee aligns over the ankle. And then find this extension out through the arms from fingertip to fingertip. If this is too much on the shoulders, you always have the option to just take the hands at the heart. Settle into the hips a bit. We'll take another breath here. And then taking that back hand all the way down. Go ahead and step your right foot back to meet your left. Take a breather. Breathing in and out. And then from here, stepping that left foot forward. Ground your back heel. Bring the back foot out of it. Reach the arms all the way up overhead. Welcome to Virabhadrasana 1. Bending into that front knee. Sink the outer edge of the back foot to the floor. See if you can find a little lift up through the chest. Finding that full extension out through the arms. Take a breath in. Open it up to 2. Spreading through the toes of your left foot, bending into that front knee. Take the outer edge of the back foot all the way down to the floor. Start to sink into the hips here, settling in, relax your jaw. Take another breath. And then we'll inhale that back hand all the way down. Taking your left foot back to meet your right. Make your way to downward dog. You're welcome to stay in down dog or lower the knees here. You can take a downward puppy, the forehead to the mat. Or maybe taking a rest in child's pose, sinking the hips for the heels. And as you're ready, making your way back to downward facing dog. This time, reaching the right foot forward, ground the back heel. We'll lift the arms all the way up. And back to Virabhadrasana 1. Sink the outer edge of that back foot all the way down to the floor. Find this lift of the chest. And then from that lift of the chest, find this extension of the arms. And then just let the head follow that lift of the chest and extension of back. Take a breath. We'll open it up to 2. Readjust your stance a bit. Really start to sink into that front knee. Find that full expanse of the arms from fingertip to fingertip. From here, we'll flip that front palm. Take your back hand down the back thigh. Take a reverse warrior. And then lengthening all the way through that front leg. Take it to reverse triangle here. Tuck the right hip under. Take your time lengthening through that right side waist. Take the hand to the shin. Top arm left side. Coming into Trikonasana, you can either gaze up toward this hand. That feels like too much for the head and neck. Maybe gazing forward or down through your front big toe. And just breathe in and out. On your next inhale, ground down for both feet to rise. And we'll bring those right toes to the parallel to the left. You face the sidewall and lift through your chest. Extend through the arms, hinging from your hips, full forward. You're welcome to take a block to the hands or to the crown of the head, reaching toward the mat if it's almost there, maybe taking it underneath the head. Moving into your wide-legged forward fold, you can take a soft bend in the knees, or maybe work towards lengthening the legs here. Take another breath or two. And then lengthening the belly. We'll walk the hands around for that front foot. Spin off your back heel, rebend your front knee. And settle into the hips here. Give your pelvis a moment to sink. And you're welcome to take some padding underneath that back knee as needed, maybe with a blanket or doubling up the mat. And then as you feel comfortable, you can take the hands onto this front thigh, find this lift of the chest. And from here, press down for that right foot. And then re-sink. So backing the hips over that back knee, and then re-sink into that front knee. And this next time, we'll keep pressing down for that right foot, but re-sink the hips. Stay with the hands on the thigh or the hips, or sweeping the arms up here. Asana, find that lift of the chest. Let the head follow that lift of the spine. One more breath, and we'll release the hands all the way down to the floor. Tuck your back toes under here. Come back into a low lunge and just step this left foot to meet your right. Toe heel the feet apart just a bit, and then you can hang down over the legs. You can take a hold of blocks here. You can take a hold of opposite elbows or hands onto the floor. Allow the head to be heavy. Relax your jaw here. Just give into gravity. Another breath in. And from here, we'll lengthen the belly and step back to plank. Set the shoulder blades, find that lift in the belly. Exhale, draw your thighs down. This time, stepping your left foot forward, ground the right heel. Lift the arms up. Into Virabhadrasana 1. Sink the outer edge of the back foot all the way down to the floor. And from that sinking down through the back, you'll find this lift of the chest. And find this full extension up to the arms. arms and the head, follow that lift of the chest, take a breath in, and we'll open it up to 2. So readjusting your stance a bit here. So as you bend into that front knee, this knee isn't coming forward to the toes, a line over the ankle, and then sink the outer edge of the back foot all the way down. Reach the arms out, soften the face. Sink into the front knee. From here, turn the palm to face up. Take a back hand on the back thigh. Take a reverse warrior. Keep reaching back and lengthen all the way through that front leg for a reverse triangle. And then cutting that left hip under, take the hand to the shin. Reach the top arm high. Use those low ribs rolling under to help the chest turn up here. And then you can turn the gaze up if that's too much. Maybe looking ahead or even down for that front big toe. Take another breath here, and then like somebody's got you by the wrist, pulling you up, press down for both feet to rise. Your left foot so it's parallel to the right. Turn to face the side while lift your chest. We'll hinge from the hips and fold forward. Hands can come to blocks to the floor. Check out your feet, make sure they're parallel to one another, a little bend at the knees, or working on lengthening the backs of the legs here. Breathe into this. Easy breaths in and out. And take another breath here. We'll lengthen the belly and start to walk the hands around toward your front foot. Rebend the front knee. Resync the hips. Rocking to take blocks to hands. Settle in a bit here. Give your hips a moment to settle, taking some padding underneath this back knee as needed, and then bringing the hands onto the front thigh. Lift the chest here. We'll press down through that left foot to rise up, and then resync, keeping the pelvis coming forward evenly here. So maybe check out those hip points on the front. Are they facing forward? Go through that a couple more times. And then the next time you resync, keep pressing down through that left foot to fire up all the muscles around your hip, the thigh. Sweep the arms are open across the chest, little back bend. Take a breath. We'll open the arms out. Come back into a low lunge here, tucking the back toes under, lift through the belly. Back knee lifts away from the floor, and just step that right foot to meet your left. Don't feel the feet apart a bit, so we're about sitting bone width apart. You can grab blocks here. You take a hold of opposite elbows. Let the head hang heavier. Let the arms dangle. And then giving into gravity here, letting go. Gravity is on your side in this pose. Relax your jaw. Let the face soften. Nod your head yes, shake it no, just letting go. Take another breath in and then soften the knees. And so you can make your way all the way up to stand. Hands can come to the thighs for support. Keep the knees slightly bent to protect the low back. We'll come to stand in Tadasana, toe heeling the feet together just a bit. Finding that grounding down to lift up. Start to pour all the weight onto the right foot here. Left toes leave your mat. You can bring the foot to kickstand with the heel to the heel. You can bring your foot to your shin, calf, or all the way to the thigh. And then bring your palms over top of the heart. Set your gaze at one still point here. Find your breath. And then see if you can ground down into the floor, like roots growing down into the floor. And as you ground down, find that length up in front of your head. Staying here, floating the arms all the way up, opening the arms if you like to a V. Maybe, just maybe, for a little more challenge, try lifting the gaze up toward your hands. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. And we'll come down slowly, retracing your steps. Make your way back to Tadasana. Bring weight onto 2 feet for a moment. And then when you're ready, spreading through the toes of that left foot. So the right foot will come up to the heel, the calf, or all the way to the inner thigh. So feel free to keep that foot on the floor if you're still working on your balance. And then fire up the standing leg. Try not to sink into that left hip. In fact, find that length up through the crown of the head like there's a string pulling you up to the ceiling. Take the palms to the heart, stay here. Or if you like, growing your branches, reach the arms out And then maybe, just maybe lifting your knees. See how that changes your balance. And then nice and slow, lowering down, take your time. We'll come back to stand on 2 feet here. Just taking a moment to Tadasana to recenter, breathe. And when you're ready, inhaling the arms all the way up. As you exhale, hinging from your hips, we'll fold forward over the legs. Find a long spine here, stepping into your plank. Lowering the knees down to the floor and lowering all the way down to your mat. Look over your right shoulder, press your ear into the mat here, release your arms at the sides, the heels can fall apart. The big toes can come to touch. And then from here, bring your chin to the top of the mat. We'll reach the arms out. On your next inhale, lift the chest away. On your next breath in, take the thighs away from the mat. Reach the toes toward the wall behind you. Roll your shoulders back, lift the chest. But keep the back of the neck long, lift a little higher if you're able, and slowly lower back down. Taking rest here, shimmy the hips side to side. Looking over that opposite shoulder, press the ear into the mat. And we'll bring the chin back to the top of the mat, reach the arms. Roll the chest and shoulders open, peel the chest away. Peel the thighs away. Keep the back of the neck long. Lift a little higher if you're able. Slowly lower back down, bring that ear to the mat, shimmy the hips side to side, let this go. And we'll come into one more Shalabhasana. This time, chin to the top of the mat. Roll your chest and shoulders open, rising up. Keep the back of the neck long, but lift up a little higher. Higher still if you can, toes reaching toward that wall behind you. One more breath. Exhaling, lowering down, shimmy the hips. And we'll take the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing up, holding back, hips to your heels. Bring your big toes together here, rounding your spine, just lift the forehead and knees onto the mat. Child's pose. And we'll slide forward. We're going to come to the back from here. So from here, bending both knees in, I'm going to take the left ankle to the right knee. And then stay here or release this foot away from the floor. And you're welcome to take the hands and bring it back behind the thigh here. If that causes you any tension in the upper body though, just keep the hands released to your sides. Flex your feet a bit, draw your toes back. Keep that left knee opening up to the left, breathe into the stretch. Figure 4 stretch, or reclining pigeon. What can you do to soften into this a bit more? Can you relax the jaw? Can you soften your face? Breathe into the stretch. Staying here, 2 more rounds of breath. And nice and easy, lengthening through that leg. We'll scooch the hips a little bit to the left here, and then just drop the knee across the body. Setting up for that twist, like we did toward the beginning of class. Let the weight of that left shoulder blade release into the floor. Hips are stacked. Another breath in, and we'll unwind. And this time, bringing that right ankle to the left knee. Staying here, releasing the foot, or taking the hands back behind this left thigh this time. Flex the feet a bit, draw your toes back, and breathe into the stretch. Take a peek down, make sure your foot's not going in one direction, ankle in the other, so it's one long line. Flex the feet a bit, draw it in a little closer as you feel the stretch, breathing into this opening for the hips. Take another couple of breaths here. And we'll unwind, lengthen that leg long. Scoot your hips maybe 2-3 inches to your right this time, taking the knee across the body. Setting up for your twist, let the weight of that right shoulder blade release into the floor. Another breath in. And exhale, go ahead and unwind. From here, bending both knees in. Take the feet to the floor. Release your arms at your sides. Bring your feet in toward your sitting bones. You can almost reach down and grab the ankles here. And then tucking the chin to the chest, just peel the hips away from your mat. Keep the knees lengthening toward that opposite wall. Try not to let the knees duck out here. So the tendency is for the knees to start to open. See if you can ground through your inner heel a bit more. And then as you roll down, pick one vertebrae at a time, releasing all the way down to the floor. We'll come into a second set of bridge when you're ready. Chin to your chest, peel the hips away. You're welcome to stay here, or you can rock side to side. Bringing those shoulder blades up underneath you. Option to interlace the fingers here. Take another breath in, and then bone by bone, just rolling down. And then if you have a block available to you, I'm going to set up for a supported bridge. You can also use a couple of hardback books. If you don't have a block available, you can do without, or you can also get the same effect by doing legs up the wall. So lifting the hips here, slide your block underneath the sacrum, that flat bone at the base of the spine, bringing it to the lower, the medium height here. And then stay here for a couple of breaths, letting the block do the work for you, opening up the fronts of the hips, back. And then after you've been here a few breaths, go ahead and lengthen that right leg up toward the ceiling, and then the left. Flex the feet a bit, reach your arms to your sides, and we'll take a supported shoulder stand here. If you're going for legs up the wall, go ahead and bring your side against a wall if you have room, and swing the legs up. And then staying with us a good 5 to 6 breaths. Just allowing for the return of blood flow to the heart. Take another breath in. Exhale it fully, and then take a deep inhale. Take that entire out breath to bend the knees. And taking your feet to the floor, lift the hips. And then slide your block out and walk the feet out to the edge of the mat, dropping the knees in toward the center here. You can take the arms up overhead like cactus arms. Start to drop the knees, the right to the left. Shield right, bring out the legs, and then the next time you drop your knees to the left, back to your breath here, looking over that right shoulder, breathe into that full right side. Bring it back to the center, drop the knees over the right, this time looking over that left shoulder, letting the left low back, ribcage peel away, breathe into that whole left side. Nice and easy, come back to the center. Give your knees a hug here. Do a couple of circles, releasing that low back to the floor. And then as you're ready, peeling the head and neck away from your mat. Bring your nose to your knees. Take a breath in. And then take that entire out breath to unfurl, extending the legs long onto your mat. Bring your arms at your sides, a little bit away from your body. We'll set up for Shavasana. And if you have a blanket at home, you're welcome to prop up the knees for a little support for that low back. And then whenever you're ready, lying back. And coming into our final resting pose. Just trying to deepen the breath. Bringing some movement back to the body. Wiggling the fingers, and wiggling the toes. And when you're ready, moving your arms up overhead. Finding this final stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bend the knees in here and just rolling over onto your right side. And pause. Just taking a moment and soaking in all the effects of your practice. And then as you're ready, nice and slow, making your way up to a seat. Letting the head be the last to come up. And take a moment to bring the hands over the heart and return to your intention. And from here, we'll close class with the sound of 1. Bring the hands to heart center and folding forward. Namaste. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. So
Thanks, Meredith.
Thanks.
That was
Thank
lovely.
you.
We will be reopening on the 15th. It will be limited to 5 people. Check your email. It gives you all the instructions about how to keep you safe. We're also going to continue to Zoom. So if you've been liking this option, continue with us that way as well, okay? Thanks so much, guys. And
Meredith.
see you. Bye. Good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.